Alrighty, here we are, heavy group list again. And here with Bryce today. Bryce is actually the son of Karl, who's with my band. And I've known Bryce since he was like a little toddler running around back in the 90s. Welcome to the heavy group list, dude.
Oh, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know you love your music like your dad, and I thought I've got to hit you up and have a chat as well because heavy groove list is about talking to everyone and anyone about, who's passionate about their music and what they love. So welcome, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man.
It's always good to talk about this sort of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's the kind of thing we end up just sitting around, with our mates chatting about, but it's kind of nice to share it, on a platform where people from all around the world can check it out who like similar stuff. So that's
for sure.
Yeah, man. Dig the shirt, man, and show us Cowboys. You Cowboys tag. Awesome, man. Cowboys some hell. You were telling me that at your work, where you work, people recognise it a lot and compare tattoos with you.
Yeah. It's some cool ones. Like seeing some dime tattoos. Simple CFH, just in black and white here and there. Probably the biggest crack up is when I have, some lovely little old lady ask me, "Oh, what does that mean?" And I'm like, "Cowboys from hell," and they're like, "Oh, okay." Almost as if they're sorry for asking, but yeah. And it amazes me because I try and explain it to people too, and the amount of people that have never heard of Pantera, and I'm like, how much I love them, and I'm like, how do they, to me it's baffling how they just don't know this.
Yeah.
Monster of a band,
Yeah, I mean, I guess it really depends on where A, their age, if they're around, and B, just. I mean, there's so many bands that are so huge and they're just off people's radars, and obviously people who aren't into music at all, they wouldn't know half of anything.
Yeah, that's true.
So, which is each to their own, really. So
well, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, man. So let's start, man. When did I know that you grew up around heavy music, and so to speak, but what was your first love for music? Like, is it straight into metal, or did you get into anything else before that? Or
I think the first band I really fully got into would have to have been Metallica.
Okay.
Just growing up, because I obviously lived with my mum and her side of the family and that, and seen Dad every second weekend and that. We grew up listening to the Black Album a lot.
Okay.
Because on Mum's side, it was sort of, that was just thrown into the mix of all the albums and stuff, and that was the one that I was always drawn to. And then, hanging out with cousins and stuff opened my eyes to more like Injustice for All and Fuel album and all that, and just they were probably the first big band that I got right into. And then from then on, it sort of, I had albums given to me, or bought albums and stuff. Like my first CD I ever got was Kiss Dynasty, and I loved it. I played it so much. But it went from Kiss to Stone Temple Pilots. Listened to a lot of their songs too, because Mum had one of their discs just laying around out of a case in the TV cabinet, and I'm like, "Oh, what's this?" And it was Stone Temple Pilots, and that was on repeat a lot. And just from then on, it just sort of have a close relationship with my cousin and that, and just bounced off music to each other there, and especially through Dad, because being a lot more open to more music and stuff, and he put me on to heaps of things, and it's just
that's
snowballed
cool.
from there, But
well, he's got such diverse music tastes that I've found out more recently than what I ever thought, really. It's got a pretty crazy vinyl collection.
It's growing every day too.
That's it. So All right, so Metallica. I mean, Black Album. I mean, for that to be one of the first things you ever got into as a little kid, that's pretty huge, man. Because that's one of the biggest albums of all time, and the production on that is like, yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's one of the best productions of a metal album ever.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Have you got I don't know, it's hard to pick a favorite Metallica song, you know. I ask people, but is there like maybe a top 3 or something for you, or even maybe one does stand out? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh boy, you put me on the spot. It's honestly been a minute since I've listened to Metallica.
Yeah.
Boy, pretty much anything on the Injustice for All album.
Yeah.
I think that album just really stood out to me.
Yeah.
Like Blackened or just just you know.
I love that album. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely my favorite album. So anything from that's probably my favorite Metallica stuff. But like I said, it's been a while since I've sat down and listened to an album from them.
Yeah.
Just moved on from there and trying to explore new stuff lately instead of going back to old stuff at the moment.
Yeah. So what else is on your playlist that you're absolutely loving right now?
I've actually been getting into a bit of a metalcore lately.
Yeah.
That band Slaughter to Prevail.
Okay.
Listening to a bit of them, just pretty like they're a bunch of guys from Russia, and the music's just hard and fast, and yeah, it's a bit of that between that and Lamb of God. Lamb of God is always big on my list.
Yeah.
Like their new album last year was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I've actually been listening to going through all the remastered albums of Pantera.
Oh yeah.
Like sort of doing like a sort of comparison between the original mix and remaster and that.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, it's so good. It's like it's so nice having like pretty much just nice EQ.
Yeah.
Especially with like Cowboys from Hell album is such a almost like it's such a flat album. Like being remastered, it sort of brings in the bass and brings in like it just adjusts everything a lot better and it's so much nicer to hear.
Yeah.
Apart from that, like my music's been bouncing around here, there, and everywhere. You know, just like Opeth are big at the moment too.
Yeah.
Just between that and just exploring other genres and that too.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is there anything non-metal that you really love?
Oh, anything really. Like if it's good, it's on my playlist. Like I look more at songs on a musical sort of level, and sort of appreciate it all really. Like Jamiroquai is a big one for me. His music
so many
is
cool grooves. So many
cool. It's like always just envious of like playing bass like that and just some of those bass lines in his music is just incredible. His music just makes you feel good, makes you want to move. Like it's definitely on like the top of the list of like a Housework soundtrack. Is just putting on one of his albums and just big into Deftones too. Deftones, listening to a bit of old school Korn again too.
Oh yeah.
Just bouncing all over the shop. Cool. I like electronic music. Like trap and dubstep, all that kind of stuff. I'm a sucker for like a really good like bass line or like sub bass and just everything like that. Yeah,
that's good, man. Good.
Yeah, a bit of everything.
No, it's cool to be diverse, man, because you get stuck too much in one pocket. You miss out on so much stuff.
Yeah, well, that's it.
I used to be like that. I've got to admit, when I was a teenager, I was pretty single-pointed in terms of what I liked, and I wasn't willing to explore much. And it's only later on in life I've sort of listened to a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
because when you get totally obsessed with a band, you just think there's nothing else. And
Yeah.
nothing else comes close. Don't bother showing me this. I don't give a shit about it. But you realize pretty soon that you're just limiting yourself. So
Yeah.
missing out on stuff.
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, even growing up sort of thing and being so, like, straightforward with, like, heavy metal and stuff, like, I guess it was almost, like, secretive that I was listening to other stuff and enjoying other stuff because the people, like, the group I was in and people I was around, like, sort of aren't as open-minded with that sort of stuff. And, I guess I didn't want to be judged that, I was going ahead and listening to, like, Snoop Dogg or Eminem or, like, even, like, Wu-Tang Clan. Like, I love all that. And, it's kind of like, oh, no. Like, yeah.
No, I get you. Yeah.
Almost like a taboo with, like, my group of friends.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. It's, I'm sure you're not the only one in that boat. I reckon a lot of people would have been like that, Yeah, that's cool. I mean, so many, like, we all know back in the day, some of those crossover bands that, did a lot of metal and hip hop sort of influences and rap influences in the metal. The Run DMC, the Anthrax thing, Biohazard, all those guys.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff from New York was like that, with a lot of that genres crossing over and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's been around a long time, and it's only natural that people are going to love both styles. And and obviously the stuff that's mixed and fused together. So nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. But I think back in the day when all these scenes were around, I know it's totally different now, but you had your punks, and then your hardcore guys, and then your skinheads, and then your whatever on this side, and they always used to have their turf wars and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
So you kind of picked a team, and that was it. But now it's like, well, everyone's a bit of everything. So widely accepted, and that's great. There's no limits, man. So like you said, you can love everything and be open about it, and no one cares. Everyone's like, oh, that's cool. So that's the good thing about now. And I think the internet's really helped with that. It's given everyone a platform to be themselves and share everything they're into, and everyone finds out pretty quickly that I'm not too much different from the others either. So they're into the same. So it's all good. Yeah, man. Hey, you play as well? Do you play music? Or?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
I'm a bit.
Yeah, just play around and mess around a bit. Mostly just with guitar and bass here and there. It's mostly guitar though, because it's a lot easier to play by myself. Bass, it all depends. Like if I'm jamming with my cousin or whatever, go about the bass and sort of run thing under there. But apart from that, I sort of mess around on like some producing software and stuff, and
sweet.
Do a couple things here and there. Like I haven't written a song in a little while now though, but I got like 2.5 tracks sort of released, I suppose, very quietly.
Oh, cool.
Like one's a lo-fi like track, and the other one's a black metal song that I wrote and recorded in like half an hour.
Right.
Yeah.
Where have you posted this stuff anywhere? Or?
I'll share it to you afterwards, and
okay.
Yeah, it's sort of like a private link, I think, and
all right. Cool.
Yeah, just
check it out. Definitely.
Yeah. Apart from that, just jamming on a guitar and stuff, and
nice.
Just like finding a nice tone and that, and
yeah.
I'm
going to ask you, what do you remember from back in the day when we used to jam at your dad's place? Do you remember much?
I think not too much. I don't think. I think it was the house at Mount Gravatt. I think it was.
Weren't you 5 or 4 or something? Not
something like that. Yeah.
Pretty young, So it's understandable. You don't remember much.
Yeah, I think the only thing I really remember is going into the like the garage there and seeing like the setup, but Apart from that, not too much. And I remember going to the cold rooms a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was maybe a year or two later.
Yeah.
Might have been, yeah, obviously you're a little slightly older. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't remember too much.
Do you realise that, okay, it's official now, I'm saying this, that you named one of our songs?
Oh, really?
Do you know? Do you know which one?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay, so we were jamming on. This is towards the last part of it when we were together before we all went our separate ways. We were writing some new songs, and so we were jamming in your dad's garage, and so we were pretty amped. We come up with this song, and then you walked in, and I don't know, you must have liked it or something, and your dad goes, "Oh, it's Bryce." He goes, "What do you reckon we should call this one?" And you're like, 900 Fun, Dad. So that's it, man. You named that one.
Jeez,
And it's
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't even know if your dad remembers, but I remember it clearly. Because 900 Fun, yeah. Yeah, kids just pull stuff out of the air and whatever's going on there. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, it's stuck, man. So that's what it is, and that's what it'll be on the album. So
yeah, man.
There you go. I might have to hit that up for his part of the royalty. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You've dug in that hole now. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you because I wasn't sure whether you knew that. So.
I had no idea. That's cool.
Yeah, and it's a cool song, man. So there you go.
Yeah. Can't wait to hear it all. Hey.
Yeah, man. Like it was pretty cool. Eh? Like me and Mick have been talking about it for a while, but we never really put anything into action. And then, probably 12 months ago, I'm not even that. Started talking to your dad, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So it's maybe more like 6-7 months. So
yep.
So we're none of us are getting any younger, eh? So we're like, let's do this, man. We never did it back in the day, so got to put this album out, man, while we still can. And now it's going to be so much better than we would have done them back then anyway, because you know, Mick's got his home studio, your dad's got his.
Yep.
You know, we're going to make it sound exactly how we want it, and we don't have to worry about studio time and expensive costs and all. So.
Yeah, well, that's the great thing about technology these days, and the power of computers and, you know, software out there, and that is it can all be done at home, like studio album quality anyway. Like, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
I mean, even our demo sounds 10 times better than what we ever did back then. So it's almost as, I wouldn't say it's album quality, but it's not that far off, you know?
It's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
Like, cool. And probably just want to add, like, I think one of the closest things, like, someone he can relate to is what Mr. Bungle did with their latest album that they brought out. You know, it's their album that they wrote back in the 80s, and they recorded it last year and released it, and it was the best thrash metal album of the 80s that was released in 2020. It's just... When I saw that, I thought of us straight away. Yeah.
And I said to Carl, look at this, man. This is kind of what we're doing. Like,
if they can do it.
Yeah, it's kind of like they picked something from back then that never got released, and here you go. So kind of what we're doing. So
gave it the time it deserves. So
yeah. I mean, we always got a pretty cool reaction live, so we know the songs are cool. Just a matter of just sharing it properly now. So
yeah, it's about bloody time.
Yeah, that's it, eh? That's it. All right, man. What about we've got Metallica. What did you say? Deftones. Shit, man. I've got a short-term memory loss. What else did you say?
Lamb of God. Lamb of God's a big one.
Yeah. Jamiroquai. It's another one.
Just Opeth. Just Mastodon.
Oh yeah,
My,
Mastodon. Yeah.
my like top 3 list is like ever rotating.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah, just
Cool, man.
here, there, and everywhere. You know, like Alice in Chains always has a soft spot in my heart. Like,
Oh, so many
stoked
people I talk to. So many people. One of my guests who's coming up. She's like the ultimate Alice fan. Like that's her favorite band. The last two guys. Well, the first guy I spoke to, he totally loves Alice in Chains. So many people that love them, eh?
Yeah.
Such a distinct sound they have.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah. I saw him a couple of years ago with the new guy. It was still really good. Like
yeah, I seen him at
the guy's good. Like he's not trying to be lame. He's doing his own thing, but still does it really well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like just even like the Dirt album and just that unplugged session that they did. Just I cannot like stop watching that. Hey, it's always just so good.
It's probably their most loved thing, really.
Yeah, it's just the emotion that's in it, and just the that intimate feel, and just that live studio.
Yeah,
it just it's just that chemistry. It just sets it.
That's cool, man.
It's so good.
Yeah. And is there a favorite song of theirs you have, or I need to pick?
Just again, like the whole Dirt album, Facelift, even just like Rooster, Grind, Nutshell, like just they're all just awesome.
They are. Good songs, great songs.
Yeah,
I think Facelift is one of the coolest debuts ever.
Yeah,
and it's got so much diversity on it, and like amazing songwriting. You wouldn't think it's a debut album.
No.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Just have that raw talent. It's just very envious.
Yeah, and Peter, who I spoke to on the the third episode of the Heavy Groove List, he was saying that just that combination of Jerry's sort of dark and sort of heavy, angry kind of riffage, and then the clean vocals, and the vocal harmonies on top of that, just that's what really makes it, because no one else really does it like that, or has done it since. So something really unique. So
to go on like vocal harmonies and stuff, it was only recently I started listening to Serge Tankian's like solo stuff from System of a Down.
Yeah, I want to check more of that out, because he's amazing.
And then like sort of went back to some System of a Down stuff, and I'm like, just the System stuff to me is just so much more powerful. Like pretty much for that one point of those vocal harmonies, they just the depth and emotion of just all that, and it's just the chemistry of that band is just incredible. It's just that's sort of what sets it apart.
That's another one. Like, that's what I love about talking to people, because I've started rattling off bands that I love, and when I talk to people, and then other people like you just reminded me of them. Like, I totally was in love with them as well. Such an amazing band. Did you see that just released 2 songs as a thing to help the cause in their country?
That
were both really, really cool songs too.
It was so like, it was straight up just System. Like, it was like they released it a year after their last album. You know, it's just
it's a bit of a tease. I don't know if they do another album, but at least they gave their fans something. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, super cool. And the groove, when they do their groove breakdowns, it's pretty nutty as well. Yeah, super cool grooves in there, man. All right, man. It was awesome chat, man. Just off the cuff.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Thanks
This is
for
awesome.
yeah,
Thanks for having me.
agreeing to just come on at the drop of a hat. Like pretty
Yeah.
much everyone I've spoken to so far is just like that. Like, yeah, let's do it, man.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Cheers, Bryce, and keep cranking and enjoying your music and
Yeah. Keep recording those songs.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hurry up and release the album.
What's that, man? Yeah, hurry up. Yeah, man. It's getting 3 people's schedules to line up is another mission. So
yeah,
but
it's a lot harder when you guys are.
Yeah, everyone. What's that?
A lot harder now instead of being back when you were 20.
Yeah, that's it. Well, back then we didn't have the means or there's too many other distractions, and now everyone's really busy with stuff. So yeah. Anyway, we'll get it happening. We'll get it happening.
Yeah. Perfection takes time.
It does take time, man. It does take time. Hey, man, you take care of yourself, and yeah, man. Make sure you share this around. I'll put it up, and you subscribed to the YouTube channel, didn't you?
Of course.
You did, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, share it with your mates, and they'll get to see your online debut from.
Yeah. Those poor bastards.
Hope you don't cop too much shit. No, it was all good. It's all good. It's all good.
This is awesome.
Yeah, man.
Thanks again.
All right, man. You take care of yourself.
Yeah, you too, mate.
All right, later, man. Bye.
See you, mate.